It's another beautiful day. This is a 2002 Legacy. We've got ECM connectors, main relay, engine connectors with O2s. We've got the test mode, fuel pump, the blower relay we'll repurpose for fan, and OBD2. There we have it, all D-taped. Time to weed. See that? It's not that hard. Just have big old chunks that come out. Want to see something really funny? As I'm weeding, I just found this. This was in the harness. So I'm not sure if Subaru uses actual Tessa tape, but maybe somebody got in here. But this was in the harness. Holy smokes. Here is the harness with this stuff just pulled out. I haven't cut anything off. You know, like this stuff is some OBD2 wires that we don't need. This will run an engine forever and ever. You just need to connect a few things like ignition on, battery, ground. I found a nick in this cable, so I cut it and we're gonna repin this guy. We're gonna shorten everything up and repin, but you don't have to. So next up on the list is going to identify these guys. They used to go to stuff. I won't go through how to show you how to label all these. The pinouts are on the site. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, just let me know. I thought I'd note something that's helpful if you're interested. You're gonna have like tag ends, like these guys, little dead end runs. Once you've identified and determined that you don't need it, you can clip it off and either go all the way to its end location. Like in this case, this guy goes to the engine connector. It's not quite long enough, right? See? Not long enough. Ideally, this would be long enough that you could just re-terminate either the engine connector or the ECM side. In this case, we're just going to get rid of this guy by shortening it up, butt splicing, essentially, right in here. Another option is just pulling this tape off, Tessa tape, and putting some heat shrink over the end. Then you're not having to recrimp anything, but we're trying to, this is a high-end Vanagon conversion, so we're trying to keep it real streamlined here. Same with this guy. And you're gonna find them in every harness, so just keep that in mind. There we go. Trimmed down and ready for some splicing. When you're cleaning up the harness, getting it all organized, you run into things like this, and there are a lot of them. You can just leave this as is, do a little twist and kind of press it into the harness. That's one way. Another way is to just re-terminate this butt splice. That's a lot better. These two guys, so that kind of fits in with the rest of the harness without a big loop. These guys right here are just service loops for the relays. So I shorten these up, repin these guys, and it's nice to have a little bit of strain relief and service loop there. I like to do that when there's a change of direction. So coming from the ECM, loops and then goes to these guys. These guys are depinned from the ECM, and I have a spare ECM connector from a 2003, 2004, and it's a similar connector. It's the same pins and everything. This pattern is different than that one, but it works the same. I'll show you how to depin this guy. It's got this locking cap that we need to just pop open. So I just take a flathead, kind of small one here, and I rotate it and then push a little bit, and you'll see that guy just kind of pops out. It helps to have this untangled in here. Sometimes those get a little tangled up, and you can kind of work that out. And now you have access to removing the pins, and we're just going to enter in with a small tool right in these little T's. See how it's like a little T right here. You can use a safety pin, just something small. You can use like an official depinning tool, doesn't really matter. Just gently put a little bit of pressure on this once we have the little locking tab pulled, and we'll just insert it into the bottom of the T essentially and kind of pry up a little bit, and you can kind of hear, if you miss, you can hear the little tab click a little bit. So it's, you know, approximately that far in. You can kind of feel where it stops a little bit, and then pry up and just gently pull out. And the little locking tab is this guy right here. Right there. So there's a piece of plastic that goes and holds it right in there. So save these pins. You might want to reuse them for another purpose at some point, and I'll show you one right now. Pinning 135/25, which is in between this black and white, which I've also repinned. That's neutral position switch, and the vehicle speed sensor, this guy right here. So I've taken this black and white and this pink and kind of repurposed these. So the pink is for the transmission ID, and that's to tell the ECM that, hey, we're in a manual transmission now. And you do this with essentially every transmission combo except for a Subaru automatic transmission, because it's gonna look for the transmission control module, the TCM, if it doesn't see this grounded, and then you're gonna have trouble codes. So we ground this guy, and now the ECM will think that it's in a manual transmission. Another thing you can do is on like these early 2000s, Subaru sometimes puts these wires as the fuel pump wires. So this black with blue stripe goes to battery, and the red with the black stripe goes to the fuel pump. In our case, I just repinned it to use some pretty large gauge wire. And to repin the relays, you'll see that when you're looking at the face down in there, you can see a little locking tab. Just get in there with, I just use a small flathead screwdriver. Reach down in there and pry up, and then this guy will just pop out. Now when you're doing these guys, generally the smaller connections, so like this one and this one, these small gauge wires, those work the same way. Just get those clips. The larger gauge tend to have a locking tab that engages back here. Unlock the front tab, so you'll lift that up, and then it'll pull out a little ways, and then you need to insert something to keep this from engaging with this back little tab. You can see that back little tab at the bottom here. See that tab? You can probably see it a little more clearly here. Now it's the same method for the female side of the test mode connectors. You're going to have a lot of wires that are like this. They have a lot of extra length, and you can just wrap them in the harness, just fold them over. That's totally fine. If you're going for like the cleanest pro sort of look, you'll just re-terminate this. So re-terminate it where you want it. So we're going to put it near the trunk of this harness, near the ECM right there. And that way they're, you know, fairly easily acceptable or accessible. Okay. The male side, so this pin here, it's, you know, it's also real easy. These connectors are just, you know, real nice. You'll just slide a screwdriver in there, just a flathead, and pry up, pull out. Real simple if you need to re-terminate this side. There you go, little cleaner. Thought I'd take a quick shot of the ignition wiring on this. So the green with the red, when you hit your ignition key to on, this energizes and provides power to the ECM and such. You can see it's pretty gangly. You can, you know, kind of form it to the trunk of the harness. One needs to go to the key, right? But it's nice having a few extras for other things. In this case, we're doing a vehicle speed sensor, a tachometer fixer, because it's an 86 and up Vanagon, and a code killer. So we need those 3 extras, plus the one that goes to the ignition switch. But I don't like these. There's just too much going on here. So what I think I'm gonna do is just cut it out, and I'll show you the final result here. That's a little cleaner. So we have one wire going to the ECM, one wire going, we reused, that is going and branching out to the tack fixer, code killer, and we're going to repin the fuel pump relay. On this side, we've got one wire that goes to pin 4 on the engine connector here, one wire going to VSS power, and this larger gauge wire is going to our key on ignition switch. And this is just TXL wire. But you can reuse some of the larger gauge wire in your Subaru harness. On the main engine connector, we've got a pink with white stripe. That's your water temp sending unit. So this is for a gauge. This is not the sensor. This is a sender for your gauge. So on a Vanagon, you'll want to snip that and wire in series a 30 ohm resistor. And that'll get your gauge reading right. And this green with orange stripe, this guy is your oil pressure switch. So this isn't a sensor wire for a gauge. This is a light on-off switch. So that'll go up to your dash. Coming in on the home stretch, we got the 30 ohm resistor mounted in this guy. And if you loop it back on itself and then cover it again with heat shrink, it'll provide a bit of a stress relief if this ever gets pulled. And we have capped on tape, securing all the areas that are prone to getting damaged by heat. Vanagon black box terminations are done, and now we are starting to cover. So we got the polyimide capped on, and this is expandable split loom. Works pretty cool. I like it. It's like a, you know, Chinese finger trap deal. So you can get them over these guys, and gives them some protection. We'll throw some shrink wrap around here, and then the rest is going to be braided split loom that has like a memory to it, so it's got a slit so that you can get in and, you know, take it off pretty easy if you need to. And this stuff is pretty cool. It's like a cloth heat shrink, so you heat it up and it shrinks down and secures the wires. And got a new grommet on the black box there. The engine bay side is wrapped up. Now just doing some organization on the interior side. So this PET fleece tape is pretty good. A lot of people call it just Tessa tape. But as we saw, there is also PVC vinyl Tessa tape. Apparently that Subaru uses. So just going to keep working this and tidying up, and then we're going to cover this guy. There it is. Just kind of leaving this for the installer so they can kind of move that around and then heat shrink it up. And here it is, nice and tidy. We have our engine connectors, O2, got our stuff going to the black box, vehicle speed sensor, this guy so we can move it around, wait to throw the heat shrink on it. We've got the code killer, test mode, OBD2, the tack fixer, main relay, and fuel pump relay. We also have a chassis ground over here and the sensor grounds. That's that. And that is a 2002 Legacy harness. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. You can totally do it yourself. A lot of DIY resources on the website, including all the parts that I use. So all the tapes and split loom and crimps. You can even replace all your connectors if you want. They're all available. So all that stuff is listed on the website. Reach out if you have any questions. Really happy to help. Busaru at busaru.com. We'll see you guys on the next one.